Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today was an exciting day because it was delivery day for me, and I've been pretty good not buying a ton of stuff, but this week it got the best of me. So the new product from The Ordinary arrived, so I'm going to test that one out, and I got a shipment from Ulta with, I love these, they're chrome multi-gel, or gel multi-chrome liners from ColourPop. I love them. They're so wonderful, and they apply really smoothly, so I got some of those. Lip balm from Bioma. What else did I get? Potency from Peter Thomas Roth, discoloration corrector. I think I've tried one other discoloration product from them and I really liked it. So hopefully this one's the same. And then sunscreen from Kopari, and then Bioma barrier repair treatment. I cashed in points at Ulta. I think I had like 150 or 200 of them. I cashed them in, and then there's a ton of gift with purchases that I got. So anyway, so on to the one from The Ordinary, which is $14. It's their Milky toner. And I will say, I'm not totally crazy about the size that The Ordinary's been using for a lot of their stuff lately. So this is a toner, right? And then this is like another version of a toner. I mean, this one's pretty tiny. Here's another. I mean, it's small compared to other toners. Although next to this one, it doesn't look as small, but this one's got 2 more ounces in it. So it's tiny, so keep that one in mind. It's 100 milliliters, so this one I'm holding is 150 milliliters. So keep that in mind. So it's affordable, but the product's not terribly large. They haven't done that a ton, but their more recent, their Retinol Emulsion is half an ounce. So once you start kind of figuring the price for how kind of tiny they are, keep that in mind. They're still on the affordable spectrum, and I guess it's nice to have a smaller size because if you don't like it, then you're not out too much. But if you love it, then every few weeks you have to repurchase it. So there we go with that. So it comes in this bottle, which is nice. I thought it would be a dropper bottle, but it's not a dropper bottle, which is okay. So they recommend for application to apply it so apply in the morning and evening, apply to the face and neck using cotton pad or fingers, and don't rinse off. Typically, I like to use a cotton pad, or sometimes I just use the corner of like a washcloth, and then I get 4 uses of it before I have to wash it. Typically, I like to do that, especially at night, just because if the cleanser missed a little bit of area or two, then the cotton pad will usually get it. And usually I can tell how good of a job the cleanser did based on, is the cotton pad kind of dirty or is it clean? This one I'm torn because I don't want to waste it because there's so little of it, but I really like using a cotton pad, so I'm going to use a cotton pad. Okay, so I screwed it off. Here we go. There's no seal or anything fancy going on there. Let's see. Okay, so there's no seal on it, so keep that in mind. So we'll instantly start dispensing. Here's the texture on my hand. It does look very hydrating indeed. So, and then here we go. So I wash my face and I haven't used anything else. So perhaps if you want to use it like a toner, you could use it with a cotton pad, or if you want to use it like an essence, you could just pat it on or do both. I know a lot of people like to use multi layers of essences and toners in their routines, so nothing wrong with that. But it does feel nice on my skin. I will say for acne prone skin, water, yeast extract, squalane. The 4th ingredient, mistral glucoside, is kind of on the comedogenic scale, and squalane's barely there, but a little bit there. I can use squalane in small amounts like this, but whenever I use like pure squalane oil, like from Biossance, my skin the next morning would freak the F out, to the point where I was a little bit afraid of squalane for a while, but in small amounts it's okay, but pure squalane, my skin hates it. I don't know why. It's kind of the same thing like if I use a lot of products with hyaluronic acid in them and layer them, my skin will freak out. And my skin's pretty resistant, so. Okay, so I use the cotton pad. I think I'm just going to pat a little bit on, but it feels nice and soft and supple. And then I think I'm going to take a couple drops and just pat it on. It feels nice and hydrating. It is on the sticky side, but it hasn't really dried yet. So I'll give them a second. But it does feel nice and hydrating and softening, and I think it does. Ferments over time are great for brightening up your skin. They're great for building up your skin barrier. So if your skin barrier is irritated or weak, using things like this ingredient over time will certainly help. It helps the microbiome, things like that. So ferments are amazing ingredients. They really, until Estee Lauder, you really start using them in their ANR Advanced Night Repair Serum. They kind of, aside from some of the K-beauty brands or Japanese beauty brands, they really weren't talked about much or used often. And now, once Estee Lauder kind of made them more famous for what that serum could do, they became a little bit more mainstream and things like that. I have to say, one of my favorites with some microbiome ferments in it is the Neogen. I'm also working on a video of my favorite fermented in skincare products, which is kind of funny. I was starting to work on that before I realized this even came out. So I'm like, oh, that fits perfectly with the timing. So feels very nice. I'd say it's soaked in. My skin feels soft. It doesn't feel greasy. It feels slightly tacky, but I think that's just how my skin normally feels. Slightly tacky, which is annoying because I have my little laser thing that I use. Tria, what is this called? The Tria Age Define laser. I use this occasionally, but my face is always a little bit sticky, so it doesn't go across it smoothly. It kind of stops and gets stuck, and it's kind of annoying, but there we go with that. Feels nice. So I'm just wondering if I could throw in another product here to use. Maybe I'll go with this one since it's vitamin C and it's morning time. I'll give this one a little try out. So Neogen, or not Neogen, Peter Thomas Roth Potent C, niacinamide discoloration treatment, 15% brightening complex with THD ascorbic acid. It also has tranexamic acid in it. Shea butter, resveratrol, kojic acid. Yeah. And I didn't see any fragrance or anything, so I'm just going to give this a whirl and then get on for today. Okay, so it comes with a little seal on there. So if it doesn't have a little seal on it, be aware. So it's got a nice lotiony texture to it, which feels nice on my skin. I'm all about brightening products, so I've got some new reviews of some brightening products coming up next week that I've really been happy with. Melasma is the toughest thing to treat, so if you know how to treat melasma and help with it, it's amazing. And some people are really good at finding different techniques and treatments and different lasers and things to help with it. So this one feels nice. It has no scent to it. It is on the expensive side, but so far I've tried, I think, everything from this line from Peter Thomas Roth. They have the Potency Serum, moisturizer, treatment, things like that, and I haven't been disappointed with any of them yet. I will say my skin does sting just a little bit, probably because of the combination, but because 30% Saccharomyces can have a slight gentle exfoliating effect on skin. But anyway, so yeah, should I put my sunscreen on, I guess, and complete the video? I might as well. Okay, oh, I need a scissor. There we go. So this is the new one from Kopari. Came out with a few new products this week. Hi, Lincoln. So I think this is a mineral sunscreen. 10% zinc oxide. What else does it have in there? Slip ingredients. Oh, it's got astaxanthin in there, which is a great ingredient. Phospholipids. Yeah. There we go. That's about it for excitement. But I think this is a tinted one. Okay. It definitely is tinted. Kind of looks like mustard a little bit. I tend to like, you know, if it's mineral and it's got a tint to it, I tend to like that. Because it kind of evens my skin out. Sometimes then, if it's a casual day, I don't feel the need to put foundation on. More. I'm really trying to focus on being liberal in my application because I know I have a tendency to slack on that. I'm not sure why. So I'm really trying to focus on making sure it's a very thick application regardless of the texture or anything else, because I've done so much, especially throughout the winter, to get my skin brightened up and things like that. So I don't want to ruin it all in a short summer, you know, and then start all over again in the winter, you know. So I think my biggest trick with that is different layers of different products. So use something with sunscreen, Then I use a setting powder with SPF in it, and then sometimes a setting spray with SPF on it throughout the day. So there we go. But I think I like these 3 products, so they're all very nice. So far, so good with this one. There's no scent in it. They came out with 2 other products, and those all had a lot of fragrance in them. So I was not super excited. The Peter Thomas Roth. So far, so good, but I mean, I've only been using it for 5 seconds. And then the toner, which could have been bigger. I'm sure they'll come out with a large size soon because that's what they've been doing. Anyway, interest hearing from you guys if you have any new goodies or if you've picked any of these up, what your thoughts are with them. Leave a comment, and I will see you guys more tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.